Hello, Leo Sun sign and Leo Ascendant. This is your forecast for August of 2016. And first of all, I'd like to say happy birthday. You've got the Sun and Venus starting off the month, moving through your first house. And the first house is the house of self. In other words, this month is all about you, celebrating yourself and your life. Okay. On August 2nd, you're going to have a new moon in your first house. Okay. So really, I would say that this month is about taking action in your life, being courageous. Last month was more about resting, planning, coming up with a strategy, and also healing yourself to a certain degree. This month, hopefully you've done that and you're feeling rejuvenated. You're feeling more energetic, more eager to see progress in your life. Okay, so really it's about courage, it's about passion. So tap into your courage and passion, take action. So it's another way to say it is it's time to stop thinking, time to start doing in your life, okay? So if you've been planning things, don't be too much of a perfectionist with your plans. In other words, get moving. If you don't know all the steps, walk in faith. You'll figure it out as you go along, okay? The new moon in the first house can indicate a new opportunity and or a new beginning of some kind in your life. Okay, so definitely a great way to start off the month, your birthday month. So I really, the sky's the limit for you as long as you're taking action, as long as you love yourself, you have faith in yourself, and you're moving forward. Now on the same day, August 2nd, Mars goes into your fifth house. So the fifth house is home to the sign Leo. So this is a great month for you. First house is home to the sign Aries and another fire sign. And again, the fifth house is the house of Leo. So you should feel very comfortable. This is kind of a rock and roll energy. You're ready to move. You're ready to shine. You're ready to live life on your own terms. You believe in yourself. You know what you want. You're going after it. What more could you want, you know? Mars in the fifth house, let me say this. Make sure you're enjoying yourself. Yes, go after your dreams. Yes, go after your goals. Don't be a perfectionist with yourself. Just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the path, you know? Let yourself smile more. Let yourself be more playful. And believe it or not, you're probably going to be more successful. So Mars in the fifth house is definitely allowing yourself to relax. In a sense, it's like realizing that life is short and I'm going to do my best to enjoy it. So let yourself do the things that you really enjoy doing. The fifth house has to do with being artistic, creative. If you're artistic and creative, which I hope you are as a Leo, because you're naturally artistic and creative in some way, maybe you have to discover it. But this is definitely saying, let yourself play with those energies. I'm not saying you have to be a professional artist, but this is definitely saying that you're going to find it to be very soothing and just a ton of fun to create something, whether you know you're painting or learning to play an instrument. And at the very least, I would say, you know, go watch others perform. I just see that's going to be something that you're really going to enjoy. It also has to do with love and romance. This is a great time to connect with your significant other and do playful things. You know, again, maybe I'm going to artistic, creative events. It can also be like taking a class of some kind. And again, with your significant other or by yourself, but this is just saying it's either or. Okay, so just in general, though, a great time to spend quality time with your significant other to plan things that you both enjoy. Now, if you're single, this is a fantastic month to put yourself out there to be more social. Okay. Now, let's see, August 10th, Mercury makes a trine aspect to Pluto. Mercury's in your second house of money, and Pluto's in your sixth house of work. Doesn't get too much better than this. So Mercury is the planet of the mind, okay? So in English, this is going to indicate that you start figuring things out with money and or your career. You can come up with some great ideas. You can figure out how to solve problems that have stumped you in the past with certain dilemmas that you've had with money or career. So it's going to be imperative that you take the time, however, to think deeply about things during this period, because your mind is razor sharp, your intuition is off the charts. So take the time to use this energy. It looks like it will serve you well if you do so. Now, August 13th, Saturn finally goes direct, okay? Saturn in the 5th house, just in general, means you're not having fun in your life, okay? And again, the 5th house is the house of Leo, and Leos need to play. You know, they need to enjoy their lives. And with Saturn there, it can just be like life just keeps raining on your parade, so to speak. But when it's a retrograde, it's like to the second power. So the first part of this year, you could have really felt like you're spinning your wheels in life and not getting a lot of progress and definitely not enjoying yourself. So now that it's going direct, August 13th, things start moving forward for you. You definitely start enjoying your life more. With Saturn there, I am going to say this. You might have to make yourself enjoy your life, as ridiculous as that sounds. So Saturn, wherever Saturn is where you're weak and where you need to be more disciplined. So I can say right now, you need to be making more time for yourself and the pursuits that make your heart sing. And it can definitely say that you need to discipline yourself to do those things. Discipline yourself just to be positive, in fact. So you might have to make yourself enjoy your life, but it'll work this time, whereas before it's just life feels hard, but now it'll start getting better for you. Okay, August 17th, Venus now makes a trine aspect to Pluto. So again, Pluto's in the 6th house of work. Now Venus goes into the 2nd house, and let me say this, Venus is the natural ruler of the 2nd house of money. Money starts flowing in. So it looks like earlier you had some great ideas or strategies, or you were able to solve problems. This looks like money's beginning to roll in for you. Let me say this clearly, you have to take action. It's not about just sitting on your couch and just hoping that it just falls in your lap. It's definitely about you taking inspired action. But it's also on a metaphysical level about feeling worthy of all good things, especially prosperity. And the more that you can do that, the more that you can feel worthy of prosperity, the better it's going to be for you. Now on August 18th, you have a lunar eclipse in Aquarius that falls into your 7th house of relationships. So I'm going to give you the negative and the positive potentials of this. The negative, there's some kind of conflict, some kind of argument with your significant other, or perhaps a close friend or something like that. What I would say for you is be careful with this. With full moons, you're more emotional. And when Leo's angry, Leo will roar. And you can say things that you can regret. So just take some deep breaths if the negative potentials are coming about. Just maybe stay on your calendar. Don't overreact to things, okay? On the positive, really connecting with your significant other. Connecting on an emotional and an intellectual level. So maybe there is an argument that occurs, but it clears the air and you're able to grow closer because of it, or maybe no argument occurs at all and you're just connecting more deeply, okay? Now finally, Mars aligns with Saturn on August 24th, and let's see, in your 5th house. So this is when things get really interesting. So I've already talked about Mars and Saturn separately, but let's talk about this. So the positive potentials of Saturn are discipline and having a work ethic, okay? The negative is being paralyzed by fear. And the positive of Mars is courage with a capital C, and also passion, okay? When these two planets are aligned, it's about facing your fears, about living life on your own terms. So, for instance, with Saturn in the 5th, you could be like, gee, I'd really love to be relaxing and going to a concert or doing what I'd like to do, but you know what? I've got work to do. I've got more important things that I need to be doing. And so you might, in other words, have fears, and quite honestly, maybe even irrational fears that everything's going to fall apart if I'm not working all the time, or at least, I'm worrying about things. So you can trick yourself into thinking that you're being productive, but you're not. So with Mars aligned with Saturn, it's definitely about becoming more aware of what your fears are and how they hold you back in life. And with the law of attraction, fear is the kink in the hose. Okay, you're blocking yourself. If you're not allowing yourself to have joy and pleasure, you're going to attract more misery, more stress, more problems. So play more. So Mars aligned with Saturn is just being determined to enjoy your life. And with these two planets aligned, it can definitely just be about the courage to trust the universe. I've done my part. I'm going to let go and let God, as that saying goes. So it's definitely about walking in faith. So that concludes your forecast for the month of August. And I'd like to say that this has been a general forecast for the sign of Leo. And if you'd like something more personalized and in-depth, please check out my information down below. And also check out my website and click on the contact form. And I can definitely schedule something with you that will answer the questions that you have for me. And also, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you and have a great month. Bye-bye.